Hi, and welcome to this new RushSort 11 tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to set up a simple local road race with the same system being used to record start and finish times. So it's a very typical event with only one or two specificities. So this event happens in the Greater Manchester in England, and the Greater Manchester is made of boroughs. And on this event, we will have a city championship that will only rank the participants from the borough of Manchester City and only take the first 3 men and women for the award ceremony. Okay. Then there will be also a team classification that will then take the best 3 men and women of each borough, will add their rank, and the borough with the smallest rank sum will be the borough champions. Okay, so what we want to achieve, our results will look like this. We will have an overall classifications for both our 5K and 10K events. Okay, and then when we click on a participant, we want to have detailed results with the net time, the overall speed, the overall pace per kilometer, a link for photos and videos on a third-party website, and a link to the certificates. So now I am going to show you how to achieve this. So this event being a simple road race, I created it from the regular event template in RushSort 11. Then let's go directly to the settings. So here's our event taking place in Manchester, Great Britain. We have 2 contests, 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers. For the participants data, we have all the standard fields and simply an ATF, an additional text field to record the borough. And then I used optional fixed value to make it a drop-down menu to enter all the different borough names. Okay. Then let's go straight to the results. Regarding results, we have one system at the start and finish, recording 2 results, timing start and timing finish with ID 11 and 12. We will use 2 different timing points to record these. So at the start, we will use the start timing point, and then when everyone will be through the start line, we will switch the system to finish to record finish times. Then we have these 2 results recording the gun time, that's the official start time, from T0, that's the start time of the contest, to T12, that's the individual finish time of each participant. And we will also be able to publish a chip time, that's the difference between the finish time of each participant and their start times. So if for whatever reason a participant is not detected at the start, we will take, in fact, the official start times, and in that case, the gun time will be equal to the chip time. Okay, then we have 3 more results that I just set up. First of them is the challenge points. That's the result that we are going to use to set up our team classification for the borough challenge. Then I set up an average speed result to calculate the average speed of each participant on the whole run. And the same for the average pace per kilometer. So as you can see, you can use results to simply store a time from the timing system, or to calculate a simple time difference to publish the times, or you can set up any kind of calculation using Result11. The time format field determines how the times are displayed. So here we put an S because it's points. Here we have the same S plus 2 decimals to display the speed. And here we want to show minutes and seconds for the average pace. All right, let's go to the ranks. So in that event file, we have the 3 ranks that are automatically created in each event. So a total rank, a gender rank, and an age group rank. And on top of this, I added a Manchester rank for the city championship. So the city championship is basically the same as the gender rank, because we want the first 3 men and women of each contest. I simply added a filter so that here I'm only considering the participants that are finishers and who come from the borough Manchester. So just a short word on how ranks work. Here you basically determine who gets a rank. There you determine what sub-ranks do you want. So do you want to rank everyone together, so everyone from the same contest, or do you want to then create sub-ranks according to the gender or to the age group? Then the third settings are the orders, and that determines in which order your participants will be ranked. So when you put status on top, it will put automatically all the participants that are disqualified or who gave up or who didn't show up at the start at the bottom of the list. And then we will rank our participant by decimal time. That's their time in seconds. Okay. Now let's go to the team score. So we created a team score for the Borough Challenge. Usually we use the club. Most of the time you will use the club field to filter your list and to group the participants, but here I use my ATF Borough. And as you see, a team has to have 3 participants, and it can either be all men or all women. Okay. Here I tell the software that all participants in one team have to be in the same contest, come from the same borough, and be of the same gender. And here I tell the software that I want to create one ranking for the 5 kilometer and one other for the 10 kilometer, and one for men and one for women for each contest. Okay, then the results that we are going to consider is the Borough Challenge points. We are going to add them, and then the lowest sum will win. So sending. Okay. Okay. Now we have created our lists. I also created random participants and created random times using the adapt data generate random times function. So now we are going to have a look at the output list that we created. So, as you may have noticed, when you create a new event, the software automatically creates template lists, and most of them you won't need, but you can then use the ones you need and then tweak them a bit. So that's what I did for this list. So let's have a look at the participants list. That's the start list. So as you can see, I put all my participants here, sorted by their last name and ranked and grouped under the first letter of their last name. So I have a header for each new initial. Okay, how did I do this? Once again, the output list work very similarly to Excel. Here you decide how you want to sort your participants, in which order you want to display them. There you decide which columns, which fields you want to display for each participant. There you can set a maximum number of records, so how many participants you want to display. And there you can put a filter to display only some participants. So here I want all my participants, so I put no filter. I want to display these columns and to group participants by their by the first letter of their last name. I just used a simple function that you also have in Excel. I took the first character of the last name starting from the left, and that's the result. Okay. Then I use the standard result list, the overall results. But then, as you can see, I used dynamic formatting to display all the ladies in red. How did I do this? I clicked here and I added a function. So here, if sex is female, then I will use this color, and if not, I will use that one. All right. Then again, I used the gender rank, the standard gender rank, and the age groups. And there I also created my Manchester Championship results. So that's the city championship. So of course it is not enough to create a rank in main window rankings. You then need to create the corresponding output list, okay, with the same groupings as in your ranks. So that's why here, for example, in the overall individual results, I added total rank greater than 0 or status greater than 0, so that my participants who did not start, where are they? There they are. Everyone who has a rank greater than 0 is showed on top, and everyone who has a status greater than 0, so no finish time, will be displayed at the bottom with their status. Okay. So for the city championship, of course, I changed the filter to display only participants who have a Manchester rank. And in the Teamborough challenge, I also modified it so that everyone who has a team score 1 rank will be displayed. And I also added a grouping, female and male, so as to differentiate all the classifications. So we'll have 5K female and all the teams, and 5K male, all the male teams, and 10K female and 10K male. Okay, here as you can see, my rank is correct. So on the 5K female, Bury wins with 19 points, with the first being the winner, then the second being fourth, then the third participant being 14th. If you add this all up, it gives you 19 points. All right. Then we also created a details list. So the details list is actually the one that is displayed when you click on each participant in the pop-up window. So it will actually be only shown for one participant at a time. In this list, I wanted to show the name, the contest, the time, and also the average speed, the average pace, and then a link to photos or videos. Okay. To make it a link, I need to click there on the right. Okay. And enter my HTML link as an expression. So if you post pictures on your website or on any third-party platform, just as long as your link is bib dependent, you can publish a link that's different for every participant. So here I set up my standard link, and then I add the field bib, which means that in myrushsource.com, if I go on the photos link, here you see at the bottom left that the bib of the participant is added at the end of the URL. If I go to another participant, it's a different URL. Okay, the same principle applies to the video. If you post a video on YouTube, you can finish it with #t equals, and that indicates the start time in the video. Then you can use the gap time to the first participant in your overall classification. And you output this as a time in seconds, and YouTube can then start the video from the time where every participant crosses the line. Okay. Then we created a few more lists that will be printed only for the award ceremony. Okay. So here we have just the first 3 men and women of each event. How did we do this? Here you have to have a positive gender rank, and your rank needs to be less or equals to 3. Okay. Then we created an age group podium, and actually here we automatically excluded all the participants that were already awarded on the overall ranks. Okay, so I actually created a separate rank here in main window rankings, created one awards age group rank, and in the filter I added that participants have to be ranked, their overall gender rank needs to be higher than 3, so that a participant cannot be awarded for both the overall and the age group rank. And here we display the award rank and in brackets the real age group rank. So as we can see here, the first 2 participants overall by the 5 kilometers women were seniors. So for the seniors age group ranking, we will actually award the 3rd, 4th, and 5th participant. Okay, and here's my podiums. Here are my podiums for the city championships. Okay, now let's have a look at the My Rush Result settings. As you can see, here we are displaying all the participants. But on the Manchester City Championships, we are only displaying the 3 first. Okay, and when you click on a participant, you see that display list. So let's have a look in the myrushresult.com settings how we did this. So there we activated our page, and in the page results, we selected all our lists, we renamed them, we activated the preview and the PDF export. Okay, and on the overall results, I didn't use any leaderboard, but on all the other lists, we activated the reduced to 3 leaders leaderboard. So that's what creates this. It only displays the first 3, and then if you want to display the rest, you can click on show all participants. Okay, and then on every list, we selected the details list as a details list. That's what is shown here. All right, before we close this Rush Result 11 tutorial, I would like to show you one last thing, that is how to set up and publish your certificate sets. So as you see here, I set up 2 certificate sets. One is the individual certificate set, and the other one is the team certificate set for the Borough Challenge participants. So here in my settings, I can determine whether my certificate set is an individual or a team certificate, and if it's a team certificate, whether there's 1 per team or 1 certificate per participant. Okay, here I determine which participant get it. Actually, team rank bigger than 0. I can set a filter to apply a certificate to only a kind of participant. And here you see that I apply a design. So the designs are available from the designer program. Here, Tools Designer. And it is actually very similar to PowerPoint or Word. You can simply add a background picture and then enter your fields and then apply your own color and fonts and then the size. So it's very flexible. When you create an event, there's a few templates already there, so you can just use them and tweak them. So once you have your designs, again, you apply them to your certificate sets, and then you go to, if you want to publish them online, you go to myrushresult.com settings, you create result details, you go to result details, sorry, and then you tick for each contest which certificate you would like to display, and you can rename them. So now if we go to myrushdoll.com, and if we click on one of the top participants, it's very likely that they will be ranked in the Borrow Challenge. So if I click there, I have access to the certificate with the 3 participants of the Borrow Challenge for that particular borrow. Okay, but if I go down to one of the last participants in the list, then my participant, Becky Crane, is not in the top 3 of her borrow, so she only gets an individual certificate. She's not ranked in the Borrow Challenge. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more learning examples soon.